What is going on, everybody? Welcome, RJD here. Welcome to Rashonology. I can't get this mic right. There we go. Welcome to Rashonology. Listen, I know last week we had President Zelensky from the Ukraine, and President Donald Trump, and Vice President J.D. Vance in the Oval Office, and there was some disrespect going on, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. Like I said on this channel, Rashonology, we talk about anything and everything, and I want to talk about it and give my objective opinion on what I think I saw. I do think that there is a certain level of respect that you have to have when you're in this realm, when you're in this tier of people, government, politics, presidents talking to each other. That's almost like kings talking to kings back in the day. Like there's a certain level of respect you got to have and decorum. And I think that Trump stood on business. I think Mr. J.D. Vance stood on business. And a lot of people were talking crap about the president, about how he handled this. I think he handled this great. I think we should give him a Don DeMarco. And I think he showed, listen, you can't go into other people's houses expecting to move their furniture. It don't work like that. Especially, like, I cannot go. All right, so let's say you live in your mama house, right? You live in your mama house. You at your mom. Let me hold your car. And she says, all right, cool. Your mom, let me hold $10. All right, cool, man. And then you try to pull rank on your mom in her own house. She's gonna be like, yo, bro, didn't I just give you $20 and that you just held my car, you just did this, you just did that, and now you over here talking junk because I asked you to go to the store before you got home? Oh, hell no. Yeah, you can't do that. That ain't gonna work.
Nope.
You can't get all of this aid and all of this support and all of this stuff from America and then come up to America and then start talking junk. So let's talk about this. And there's a lot of key things that we're going to point out here. So it's 11 minutes. We're probably not going to get through the whole 11, but we'll stop in pivotal points and we'll talk about it. So you know how this goes. We have a video. We look at the video. We talk about the video. So let's talk about it.
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, he'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal? It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with
That makes perfect sense.
the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either.
The first thing I notice is presidents meeting presidents, and this brother don't even got on the suit. Now listen. I throw on the suit. If I'm going to meet somebody, I'm going to look my best because I want to present my best. I'm not going to come up and I don't know what he has. He's got a regular shirt. I don't know if that logo means something. I don't know. Correct me in the comments. But if I'm a president and I'm going to meet a president, I'm coming dressed to the T. I'm coming dressed nice. I'm coming because imagery matters. The visual stuff matters. That the little things matter when it comes to things like this and meetings like this. The little things matter, and it's televised. It's going to be televised all over the world, most likely. You gotta come correct, and he already is not dressed appropriately to me. So that's number one.
So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
I will respond to this. So look, for 4 years, the United States.
And shout out to J.D. Vance. He be cooked, man. J.D. Vance be cooking, boy. When it's his turn, listen, J.D. Vance says, you got now, I got next. When it's his turn, he going to be a hard person to beat, man. Oh, he going to be hard to beat. All right.
of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions.
Woo! That boy cooking with fish grease. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you want peace, you got to be strong. You have to be strong if you want peace. If other countries don't see you as strong, if other countries don't see America as strong, they will do what the hell they want to do. And I heard Wall Street Trapper say this. Shout out to Trap. Trap said, America got a big gun. He said, America got a big gun. America always had a very big gun. You heard? So they keep everybody in line. And at the end of the day, when you big dog, which America is right now, we don't know America that's not in number one. I'm 37 years old. I don't know America that's number two, that's number three in the world. All I know is the America that I think 50% of the world's currency is used in American dollars. I know that America. I don't know the America that's number two. And you know what I'm saying? I know the America that's big dog. So at the end of the day, to keep everybody in line, America has to be strong. When America is weak and America talks tough and beats his chest like that old gangster on the block, the new kids on the block is going to be like, man, we don't respect this. We don't respect you. Get up out my face. And they're going to do what they want to do. But when the real big dog come through, this is what happens. This is what happens. Everybody's like, all right. All right, chill. All right, let's talk. Let's talk. And not to say that, Russia and these other major countries or the China, they're not doing things that like it's all a game. Like everybody's doing what they want to do, and they try not to make it public, and everybody's trying to get their own agendas across for their own countries. Everybody's for self. So as it should be, you got to look at yourself first. But when as for now, 2025, when America is strong, everybody's strong. When America is strong, there's peace in the world. When America is not strong, that's when things start happening. So I like what he's saying
here. What makes
here.
America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, parts of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So
what? This is the first thing I'm looking at.
You stupid.
Listen, why are we talking about 2014? Trump was not president in 2014. Why are we talking about 2014?
during a lot of years, I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just
he wasn't the president in 2014. Why are we talking about this?
and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
I was not here.
Exactly right.
yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversations, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel. We signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed with him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken the ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't.
And that's one of my things. And that's one of, and nobody's saying, listen, everybody, you cannot tell somebody else what their perspective is or how they feel when things happen. That's fact. You can't sit up there and say, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Nah, he's in that country. He's fighting for his people. And I respect that because he's fighting for his people. He's like, yo, listen, this is what I'm doing for my people. So he's fighting for his people as he should. And that's why I say a strong America is good for the world, because as he's saying, listen, we broke this deal and he broke the deal. People died. But my thing is, he wasn't in office. Trump wasn't in office. Trump wasn't in office. That was somebody else. So you can't put that on this administration for what the last administration did. Last administration wasn't strong. Everybody started doing what they want. This administration is strong. Everybody got to kind of chill out. It's that simple.
Do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr.
are not-
President.
I think he kind of pitched JD. JD Vance wasn't having it. All right, let's keep
Mr.
going.
President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this
Have you
conflict.
ever been to Ukraine that you
Yeah, woo, it's getting tense.
to say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr.
And notice the body language. He's like, look at the body language. And Trump is letting them talk because Trump is big dog in the room. So Trump could he could stop this if he wanted. But Trump is letting them talk. And he's like, I don't want to talk to you. Look at the body language. Arms crossed. He's sitting up in his chair. But that's more of a confrontational stance. Well, everybody's kind of leaning forward and sitting up. But that's like, what's up? I don't care. I don't care what you're talking about. So body language already, he don't like JD. So,
Mr. President, do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
have
And do you think that it's respectful
I will answer.
to come to the Oval Office of the
I will
United
answer.
States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
I hear him here. JD Vance is like, yo, bro, we are here trying to help you. We came in, ceasefire immediately. And now you're sitting here trying to attack us. That's why JD, he flipped that whole thing. He flipped that whole conversation. He was like, yo, why are we talking about that? We here trying to help you. We sent you stuff. We trying to help you. Why are you sitting here trying to come at us in our country in the Oval Office? You bugging. How you trying to do that? But when we're the ones helping you.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow your roll. Listen, slow your roll. And this is the thing. This is the problem. This is the problem. And you could tell, I don't know if he did it on purpose. I don't know, because listen, he's a president. He's probably a pretty smart guy. You know, you can't just go around. I can't go to somebody else's house and threaten them in their house. You have problems. You have a nice big ocean. You have problems, but you will feel it later. Whoa. How do you come in and that's disrespectful. How you going to somebody else's house threatening them? Because that's what that is. It's like an underhanded threat. You don't feel now, but you will feel in the future. What? That's crazy. That's crazy disrespectful. And then, Trump had to jump in.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You
God
don't know
bless.
that.
You are not at war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering
position to
honest
dictate that.
questions.
Remember this.
I'm not
You're in no position.
Oh, look at the body language. Body language. When he was talking to JD, like this. When he's talking to Trump, I'm chilling. That's that. You gotta peep the body language. You want to know 90% of communication is nonverbal. You want to know who has the power in the room, who everybody looks to in the room. Read the body language, and it will tell you everything you need to know about how people respond to other people when you walk in the room or when they walk in the room. Very, very, very important.
To dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
Feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
I'm not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't
I'm
have.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm the
with the lives
president
of
of
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What are you
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What are you
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to you.
Far more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No.
JD was like, have you said thank you once? And at the end of the day, how many billions and billions of dollars has went over to Ukraine? I mean, that's public knowledge. You could Google that. That's a simple Google search to tell you that. So billions and billions of dollars have been used to help Ukraine fight this war. Billions with a B. And I think we hear this word so much, and we see so many billionaires on TV, the Elon Musk and the Jeff Bezos, and we see so many of these people, and you hear that word billion thrown around that you forget how much money that actually is. You forget, like, that's not normal. Like billions of dollars is not a normal thing. Everybody doesn't have billions of dollars in the real world. Everybody doesn't have millions of dollars in the real world. So we see so much of it on TV that it's just like, oh, it's just another billionaire. You know, they're millionaires and billionaires. Nah, but you have to realize this is not normal. And we gave Ukraine billions of dollars while we are sitting at 37 trillion with a T dollars in debt. I don't think people understand how much money that actually is. I don't think people get it. Excuse me. I don't think people get it. That is a hell of a lot of money. When I was a kid, we were in surplus. When I was in like middle school, elementary school, Bill Clinton era, we were in surplus. Well, maybe not middle school, but the elementary school, we were in surplus. Obviously, I knew nothing about politics. I was a kid, but we were in this. America was in a surplus. Go look at the data. Go look it up. I'll show you a graph. When Clinton was in office, we were in surplus. After that, we've been at a constant deficit ever since. I remember it being like 2 trillion when I was in middle school. I was in high school. I remember it being like 7-8 trillion or something like that, or 800 billion. It was something crazy. Now it's 37 trillion. You don't. I can't even express to you how much money that is. That's crazy. Like it's unimaginable numbers. And yeah, we gave them a lot of money. So they should say thank you. And they should not disrespect.
In this entire meeting, you said thank you. You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your
Yeah,
country's in big trouble.
Yeah, and I don't like what he did there. It's like, what do you mean if he's speaking loudly? They're all talking at the same tone. And yeah, don't do that. Like, because now you're trying to switch the conversation. Oh, are you yelling at me? No, what? What are you talking about? Like, nope. He's talking regular. Yeah, we all are talking at the same tone. And because you don't like what he said, because you don't have no argument to speak of, now you want to say, is he? You think if you speak loudly, that makes you right? Come on, bro. You know that means you don't have an argument. That means you lost the argument right there. That's what that means. So come on, bro.
Can I answer?
No, you've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, 350.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. He said I did say thank you. Okay. All right. But now Trump got to jump in and say, yo, listen.
$50 billion. We gave you military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military equipment. If you didn't...
Yo, hey, notice what he's doing. This is how you know he's touching him. He's like, no, stop talking. You talked enough. You talked enough. He's breaking the touch barrier. And that's one way to gauge if, like, when you're trying to shut somebody down, if you just touch them, obviously, not hitting them, smacking them. A light touch on the hand. Stop talking. I'm going to talk. And if they listen to you, that means they have conceded the power to you in this instance to speak over them. Like, body language is a real thing. I really need to deep dive into body language. I know a little bit about it, just basic stuff. But when you really analyze conversations and arguments, and you analyze it, even if you analyze it with the sound off, you can kind of see who's running things. This is very interesting. He done touched them like twice already, and let's see if he stops talking.
Didn't have our military equipment. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in...
He stopped talking.
2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I can tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
That's Trump's thing. Like when you're done, he's like, oh, all right, stop talking. All right, you stop talking. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Like Trump got that. Trump is old school New York. Like these are, and it's like, you know what? Before I get out of here, because it's almost over, and I think I've proved the point here. I think I got my point across. This is like Trump is old school. He's old school New York. He came up in New York, real estate, when the mob was a real thing, a big thing. It was a lot going on at that time where you had to be tough. Like those men back, those were men back then. Like them dudes, they weren't playing. You couldn't come up at that time in New York the way he did and not be tough and not be just have a lot of balls. And Trump's got a lot of balls. And he's very strong-willed. The guy, look at how much he's getting done, and he hasn't even been in office 60 days yet, 45 days maybe. So it's like, look at how much he's getting done within 40 days, 45 days of being in office. The the president probably doesn't sleep. Like he don't eat, he don't sleep. I don't know what he's going. I don't know what he's on. If he's on 20 cups of coffee a day, probably getting 3 hours of sleep, and he's functioning at a high level. Still is quick-witted, still sharp. And at the end of the day, he's right. He's like, we're sitting here, we're trying to help you. All we ask is that you got to put some skin in the game. When the old administration was here, you asked for money, you got it. You asked for this, you got it. You tried to do this, you got it. Now, nah, that's over. That's over. We need you to have some skin in the game. So we need to kind of do this. We need this from you, and we need that from you. We can't just have it be all one-sided. Like America can't take care of everybody. Nah, y'all got to have some skin in the game. And I respect it, man. I respect it. So this was very interesting. I think he ends up kicking everybody out after this, and he tells Zelensky, listen, we have to, in order to broker a deal, I was in the old administration, I was here. He said something like that. But this is very interesting, very, very, very important meetings, things going on. And at the end of the day, this is what happens. So very interesting to see what's going to happen. The fallout should be coming soon. So we should know what's going to happen with this, if this is something that you keep in touch with. But that's all I got for y'all. We are on to the next one. I'll catch y'all later.